2016, Mr. Leonard entered a 155-mile, 7-day ultramarathon in the Gobi Desert of China. The race was grueling, so he was surprised on the second day when a small dog began running alongside him. The little dog stayed with him all during the day, and when the race was over for the day, the dog came to his tent and Dion fed her. Dion decided to name the dog Gobi, after the desert through which he was running.
Throughout the 77 miles that she ran of the race, she could have gone off at any stage, but she didn't. I saw a lot of courage and resilience in her, and it sort of tapped into my difficult childhood that I had, that I could see that Gobi had a difficult life as well, and I wanted to be that person that actually stood up and helped Gobi, and gave her a better life.
Gobi ran for 77 miles of the race. That's true devotion. Dion was deeply touched by Gobi and felt that their bond was extremely strong, as if they were family. He felt he had to bring her home with him to Edinburgh, in the UK, and his wife agreed. The law required that Gobi had to be quarantined for several months in China, so Dion found a caretaker for her. He then went to Edinburgh to wait. After a few days at home, he received a terrible phone call.
Someone offered to look after Gobi while I flew back to Edinburgh to try and find out how we could bring Gobi home. Everything looked to be set in place when unfortunately I received a phone call saying Gobi had gone missing. I was in shock and I was completely devastated. Even though we'd only spent 5 or 6 days together at the race, she really felt part of my life and part of my family, and I made her promise that I was going to bring her back to the UK and bring her back to a better life, and I felt I needed to fly back to Urumqi to find her.
People in China were amazed that Dion flew all the way from Scotland to find Gobi. Hundreds of people helped him, and he plastered the city with flyers about Gobi. He received many calls, but none of them turned out to be about her. After 10 days of looking with no luck, he received another call.
We finally received a phone call from someone saying, "We think we found your dog." We walked into their home and I hadn't said a word. When I looked up, I could see this little dog running across the room up into my arms. She'd seen me and she'd realized that it was me. I was just absolutely taken aback that it actually was her, and it was an incredible moment to realize we'd found her. I decided that I was going to stay in Beijing with her and to go through the quarantine process with her to make sure she was safe, that she was happy, and of course that she wouldn't run away again. It was great to get to spend that time with her and to get to really know her as well.
What an incredible story of love and devotion. Gobi wouldn't give up on Dion during the race, and Dion wouldn't give up on finding Gobi. After many months, the two of them finally made it home to Scotland and began a new chapter of their lives as a family.
She really is living the dream now. She loves running, she loves being out on the trails here, and she'll do a couple miles each day with me. I just cannot believe it to this day how incredible the bond and connection is. Every day is another journey and an incredible experience with her. Now I just take her as many places as I can and enjoy the adventure with her.
Supreme Master Ching Hai is very touched by Gobi's courage and stamina and present her with the Shining World Marathon Award with $2,000 for vegan snacks. With all affection, high paw and big hug in God's mercy. May your story touch more hearts around the world. May you and your human family be forever loved and protected by heaven. Supreme Master Ching Hai is deeply grateful to the beloved God for all the financial help, comfort, and support to the afflicted and needy, and or any good cause over the years, as a humble vessel for His compassion and love toward His precious children.
Dogs really bring a lot of fun and love into our lives. They also teach us about unconditional love. Dion felt the love of Gobi and his connection with her, and he could never forget it. Have you ever experienced such bonding and love with your dog or other animal companion? Many of them have accompanied us since we were young and been good comforters during our difficult times. Let's take a moment now to consider what we can do to help dogs currently in unfavorable situations. We'll be right back. Please stay tuned to Supreme Master Television. Welcome back. Do you have any good ideas about what we can do to help our loving dog friends?
You could try to adopt, not shop. There are many abandoned dogs in no-kill shelters, currently hoping for homes.
These beautiful animals will always be grateful that you took them into your life. Do you know that all of Supreme Master Ching Hai's dogs are adopted? One of them, named Love, was adopted from Asociación Protectora de Animales de San Antonio, or APASA, in Javea, Spain. After the adoption,
Master donated several times to the center, and even recently, a few months ago, she sent a representative
to visit the shelter with a gift of 5,000 euros. In a thank you letter, the treasurer of APASA, Mr. Thomas Binder, wrote,
Sabia, October 27, 2019. Donation. Dear Claudio, many thanks for your visit at the APASA shelter in Sabia and for the very generous donation of 5,000 euros you brought with you together with some delicious chocolate. Please let Anna know that we very much appreciate that she is obviously still thinking of APASA and that she kept us in such good memory. Also, we were very pleased to hear that Ice, now obviously called Love, has turned out to be a very good dog who looks very well after his companions. It is always gratifying for us to hear from a dog for which we have found a new owner. Thank you again. Kind regards, APASA. Thomas Binder, Treasurer.
Footnote. This is Supreme Master Ching Hai's latest donation to this organization in Spain, where she adopted Ice, now renamed Love. Master has donated approximately 60,000 plus euros over the years to this loving dogs rescue center in Alicante, Spain, plus many necessary items for dogs, such as blankets, dog houses, transporting cages, water bowls, vegan snacks, and also financial support to build some of their dogs' quarters. And she often gives some goodies to personnel, plus good luck money for Christmas and New Year if she was there. Anna is just one of her many nicknames whenever she gives private donations for her to remain anonymous. Sometimes she asks the close-by initiates who are with her, "What name did I give here before? I forgot. What to do?" Thus it happened that sometimes in one place she was known by several names. If inquired, she would just laugh it off. "Oh, these are all my names. I just give one at a time. It's too long otherwise." We would now like to share Claudio's report following his visit to the APASA shelter.
Report of the visit to the dog pound in Spain. Following the instructions of our compassionate master, the weekend of October 25th, I quickly prepared a trip from Austria to visit the dog pound in Spain where Master adopted Love. As previously agreed with the dog pound staff, I showed up at the place on October 26th in the name of Master, known by them by the name of Anna. I presented to Michael, the dog pound shift manager, and to Teresa, an old worker, 2 photos of Love with his new friends, a donation of 5,000 euros, and some chocolates for the staff. I told the Master's message that Love had adopted a new family of 6 dogs and how he is taking good care of them all. I also let them know that Master was sending her love to all the staff at the dog pound. They were very grateful and touched to know that Master would still remember them and even send financial support. They said that the money sent by Master is an important help to keep the dog pound running. Teresa remembered Love and was happy to know that love has progressed so much and that he feels comfortable in his new life with other dog friends. They posed gladly for photographs with the gifts sent by Master and expressed several times their gratitude for Master's help. Subsequently, the kennel treasurer sent a letter to Anna reiterating their appreciation. As a disciple of Master, I feel honored and blessed to be an instrument of extension of Master's love to all beings. Claudio.
And did I tell you that when I came in that adoption center, dog pounds, he just sat quietly among 250 dogs, so barking and running around and, panicking, exciting, and very, very chaotic and noisy. But he just sat still right there and kept watching me. And then wherever I go, he kept moving his eyes and his head to watch. Yeah. He wanted me to notice him. Yeah, and to take him. Yeah. And then when I was talking to the assistant and to the people who work there, I want to adopt him for Christmas, they keep telling me all bad things. Don't do it. He beat the owner, and the other two owners already rejected him. Adopt any other dog. Don't adopt him. He's bad. He's bad. So don't adopt him. But later I say, well, I like him. I cannot forget him. I have to adopt him. Because I check out that he came down just for me. He did everything else so that he can come to me instead of staying with the other adopter or the ex, owner, so-called owner or caretaker. He did all that so that he can escape to come to me, to wait for me. So I had to adopt him. So I said to all of them in the pound, dog pound, I said, nobody wanted him 3 times already. He has no home. I have to adopt him. They still say me, don't do it. You are so good. You give us a lot of donation and all the time you take care of other dogs. That's why we tell you the truth. Don't adopt him. I said, I will. And you say something positive now. You pray for him. You don't say anything more negative about him. We are going to love him and he's going to love me and that will be fine. You will see. And then he said, yeah, we will see. But, so a few months later, I called them again. I said, hey, he's still all right with me, so don't worry, okay? He's good.
So you see, saving a dog from a shelter can really transform his or her life, just as Ice has turned into love. When you choose a dog, keep your lifestyle in mind. If you're a quiet, stay-at-home sort of family, then look for a calm, relaxed dog who will fit into your household. But if you're an outdoorsy family with energetic kids, then find a dog with lots of energy who will be able to keep up and thrive in all the activity. The caretakers at the shelter will be able to help you find a dog that will be the best match for you. Once you bring home your new little family member, he or she will need a place to sleep, toys, good food, a dish for clean water, a collar or harness, and a leash for walks. These items don't need to be expensive or fancy. A dog bed can be made from old blankets or towels. You can even make some toys yourself, like these that you can make from old t-shirts.
First, cut your t-shirt across the chest, creating a square. Then, cut the square in half to make long strips of fabric. Place the 2 fabric strips in an X pattern and place a tennis ball in the middle. Use another strip of the shirt to tie the pieces firmly around the tennis ball. At this stage, it looks like an octopus. Cut each tentacle into 3 strips. Take the 3 strips and braid them together, then tie them off tightly together to secure the ends. Braid the remaining tentacles. Now you have a beautiful, functioning toy for your loving pup.
There was a farmer, had a dog, and Bingo was his name. O, B-I-N-G-O, 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 and Bingo was his name. Oh, there was a farmer had a dog, and Bingo was his name. Oh, I-N-G-O, 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 and Bingo was his name. Oh, there was a farmer had a dog, and Bingo was his name. Oh, N-G-O, 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 and Bingo was his name. Oh, there was a farmer had a dog, and Bingo was his name. Oh, G-O, 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 and Bingo was his name. Oh, there was a farmer had a dog, and Bingo was his name. Oh, 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 and Bingo was his name. Oh, there was a farmer had a dog, and Bingo was his name. Oh, B-I-N-G-O, 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 and Bingo was his name. Oh.
Thoughtful viewers, we're glad you could spend time with us during today's show, The Noble Dog, Running for Love on Kids Wonderland.
If you have any touching stories about your lovely animal companions or suggestions about helping animals, please send them via suprememastertv.com/KW.
May the love of a loyal companion always inspire you.
Our programs offer many languages. Please visit suprememastertv.com/schedule and suprememastertv.com/KW